Welcome back to sunny Butte, only it's not really, it's pouring with rain out there, but never mind. We today are going to make a very quick and simple cheesecake. This is a no-bake cheesecake, and I'm choosing to make this one because I'm always aware, of people's finances. And if you use the baked one, you can sometimes use as many as 4 eggs, so that can work out a little costly. I'm just using like store-bought digestives. They don't need to be McVitie's. So you're looking for 200 grams of crushed digestives. Please, if you've got a blender, use that, because that must have taken me 10 minutes using a rolling pin. But never mind. 100 grams of melted butter. Unsalted, salted, just whatever you've got. It makes no odds. And just mix them together. I mean, obviously, if you feel it's a wee bit wet or it's not wet enough, then just add more biscuit or more butter as you go. But it's usually fine if you use just about half the butter to the amount of biscuits. You'll see, because it'll all start to darken nicely. Now at this stage, what you really should do, so today's going to be a day of doing as I say, not as I do, because you're really needing to put this into the fridge for an hour to cool, but we'll just crack at today and it'll be fine. I'm going to leave it overnight tonight actually, once it's made. I'm going to leave it for tomorrow night's dinner. So I have an 8-inch round tin already prepared with baking paper if you've got it. Line it, both the edges, and grease and line it, the edges and the base. I didn't have baking paper here, so I've just used tin foil. So be careful if you use tin foil, because you don't want any of the wee bits to come off. So just lump it all in. And then just using the back of the spoon to spread it round. Now if you don't like a thick base, just just alter the amount accordingly. I'll just take my rings off here and press it down with my knuckles. Now I could put it into the fridge just for the couple of minutes it'll take me to make the sauce. Now you want to compact it quite tight so it shouldn't break up then when you're serving it. Fingers crossed. I'm using a tin that's got a removable base, so I'm hoping that makes it easier. I'll just pop it into the fridge for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, whatever it takes me to do this. Watch this, it'll roll out. No, there. Okay, so I've got no scale, so I'm having to guess. So about 160 to 175 grams of caster sugar. That depends on how tart you like it. If you like it tart, use the lesser amount. If you like it sweeter if you don't like it too tart, then obviously use a little bit more. 2 lemon rinds you're wanting. The finest grater part of the graters. Again, sadly, I don't have a fine one on this, so I don't have a very good grater. But you'll get the idea anyway. We'll just grate as much of it in as we can just now. Get it everywhere probably. So we're here in Butte for 2 weeks. Can I just go back a second, because I don't think I even said it was a lemon cheesecake that we're making. But you may have gathered that by now. So we're here in Butte for 2 weeks, and so far we've had Bandit out on the beach and we've been meeting some people from Twitter. So I don't know if any of you that follow us on Twitter are aware of Shaz Bakes and their 2 Airedale Terriers. So we were out on the beach with them yesterday. So Bandit had a fantastic time. He's been very social, which is not always like him. With him being blind, he sometimes can be a bit aloof. But yesterday was on his best Orkney behaviour here in Rothsay. Right, I'm going to have to just stop because that is a hopeless grater. Never mind, I'll just use the juices. Now when you're using the juice, just put your hands under to catch any of the seeds that may come out. And what does lemon and sugar do together? Is it emulsify? Is that what you do?
I don't know.
Because lemon's a preservative as well, isn't it? So I think it emulsifies the sugar. Because with there being no cooking, you might think that the sugar would stay grainy, but it doesn't. It becomes perfectly smooth. So we just squeeze this out. Somebody will tell me, no doubt. But I think that's what the term is. You're emulsifying it, as opposed to painting with emulsions. Right, I think we'll stop at that. And just pop it all to the side a second. Gosh, it's warm in here. My poor mum, she feels the cold, so the heating's on. But we're certainly not needing the heating on. Right, I'll just give that a quick stir together just to bring the sugar and the lemon together. Now, ideally you're not wanting to have the bits of the lemon, but I'm afraid I'm not managing to help it today. So what we have here is 1 tub of mascarpone cheese and 1 tub of cream cheese. Philadelphia was on offer in the Co-op, so being posh today, usually I would use Lidl's. So you're wanting the whole tub of each, so it should work out just round about the 400 to 450 grams of soft cheeses. Now, if the mascarpone is dear, 2 Philadelphia will do just as well. And honestly, you're just about there already. What I like to do as well for this is I normally keep some summer fruits in the freezer, and I just defrost 2 or 3 just for over the top, just to give it some sort of like presentation. However, I don't have that here either, so I'm just using some of my daddy's grapes. My dad's always got grapes on the go. Now, you're not wanting to overbeat this because it does have a tendency to split. So you're literally just bringing the ingredients together and then stopping once you feel that you've mixed them well enough together. It doesn't need to be completely smooth or anything, you're just making sure that the ingredients have come together. And if you want, at this point, do a bit of a taste. And that's when you could adjust your flavours accordingly. This ideally would needs more lemon in it, but that can be helped. Just try and get as much of the rind off your lemons as possible, because it is the rind that gives it the real zest taste to it. Pretend it's been in for an hour, and just over the top, and then back into the fridge. Now, you should probably have to leave this for about 4 hours if you're wanting it on the same day. However, I'm going to just leave it in the fridge overnight, and we'll have it for dinner tomorrow. You need to just smooth it out. Try and get as much out as possible, you don't want to waste it. Oh, I've made a mess, I'm wasting it there, honey. And then just make it nice and smooth. And that is so far how easy it is to make your cheesecake. Pop it back into the fridge, let it cool and set, and then we'll come back tomorrow and you'll just see the finished product once the fruits and everything are on it. Thank you for watching. Leave some feedback if you try it and you like it. Let me know how you get on. Thank you. Bye.